What's up, guys? We're at EOS Fitness. We're going to be doing a leg workout today. I'm here with my Marine brother over here. His name's Kenneth.
What's good? What's good?
We're going to get a leg workout in, and we're going to be talking about his experience in the Marines. So it's going to be a pretty tight vlog. What we're going to do is we're going to warm up. Again, we're doing a leg day workout. Oh, shoot. Low key, bro. That's a little high for myself. 1, 2.
I've got like 2 skins on right now, bro.
Let me see.
I got like
Shoot.
2 skins going. Bro.
Nah, hey, straight up, you came back looking like Donald Trump with that tan. It's pretty crazy. Like, so I'm just gonna ask you some questions. So, my friend over here, he just came back from the Marines, and he went through extreme training. So, what I'm having him do is just kind of tell us a little bit of what he went through and the mindsets that he experienced out there. So that way, we can compare that to like different things that people struggle with in the gym, or even try losing weight. Because a lot of people struggle with a lot of different mindsets. So what is something that like you would say that you struggled with in the Marines and a mindset that you had to overcome?
I'd say one of the biggest things was, like, let's say you're hitting the gym by yourself, because for me in training, you're by yourself. Everybody on the left and right of you, they're with you, but you don't really know anybody. So it's finding like your reason why, and not giving up when it's hard, which is really overlooked, because there's going to be times when, let's say for the gym, or let's say you're just, you're trying to, for what's it, Keon Adams, right?
Yeah, Keon.
How do I say this?
It's just Keon Adams. Yeah.
So like on this page, you'll see, a lot of motivation, but you're gonna be overwhelmed with life's issues, and you gotta remember why you're doing this in the first place. It could be anywhere from trying to be healthier, or you're trying to put on muscle. So just really remembering that why and getting yourself in, taking action is the biggest reason. And for me, overcoming the hardships over there was just not giving up, and that's like the biggest thing.
Oh, heck yeah. All right, so like as he's warming up, like one of the biggest things that I feel like I struggled with when I first started losing weight was wanting to give up because of inconsistencies and stuff like that. Like I would think to myself that I couldn't do it, and I believe that if I were to keep going, maybe I would fall back and slide backwards and maybe eat more or eat less, or something bad would happen. Maybe I'd injure myself. I'd make a bunch of excuses for myself. But to drop 120 pounds, you really have to be like, you have to have it in you. You have to really fight for it. You have to really want to do it. Like he was saying, like, don't give up. Like that's the biggest thing on trying to lose weight. And that's something that I feel like everyone struggles with in life, is just giving up on stuff. Even like when you start a small business, or even when you start something that like you might not feel successful. But right now, again, like I said, we're warming up. So we're going to start off with a plate. I did 45, which is just the bar itself, but we're going to start off with a plate now and go up from there. All right, so let's get started. Damn, this is kind of tough when you're short. All right. All right. So that right there is called ATG, ass to grass. You want to make sure that you're getting your bum all the way to the floor. Another question. So like, what is the biggest thing that motivated you to get through that mindset of like wanting to give up? Like what made you drive yourself to get back?
The biggest thing was not wanting to cheat myself. I had friends and family like Adam here, that were counting on me to do something that I talked about a long time. And then so when I got there, there's no shot I was giving that up. It didn't matter how bad it hurt, how much it sucked. You just got to embrace that, embrace the pain. One thing one of our drill instructors would say is like, if you're in pain, let's say your knees hurt, he'd be like, we'd be doing our cadence. He'd be like, I got pain in my knee. I like it there. And so it's just having that like mentality of like enjoying the pain of it. Like obviously like you break your back or something, you got to like get that shit sorted. But most of all, like if you're sore, whatever, all that trash, you got to just enjoy it and know it's part of the process.
Damn. All right, so that's a pretty hard statement right there, man. So would you say like no pain, no gain is like the right mindset to have?
Yeah, no pain is no gain, and pain is discipline. So you know that if you're hurting, you're doing something right. Like that's where you're gonna see the growth is in those times.
All right, no, that's pretty hard, dude. All right, so where are we gonna move up from here? We're gonna go to 45 to 2 plates now.
Yeah, let's do it.
225. All right, guys. Now we're gonna log on 2 plates. Yeah, 2 plates. All right.
Sound or what?
Yeah, I did 6, so I logged 6 in. See as many as you can do.
If we're gonna go heavy, I'm gonna just do like 6-2.
Yeah. So like again, even both of us, we came from work. It's pretty tough because none of us are on pre-workout, and it's already 8 o'clock in California. So this is a pretty grueling workout. We're going straight off based adrenaline, no pre-workout, no substances, just a good old-fashioned some water and some salt. I'm gonna do one more of those just to warm up. But all right, this is a good topic. I got a pretty good one right here. All right, so because a lot of people, even in the gym community, a lot of people thrive on pre-workout, which isn't a bad thing, you know. But like, substance control is a big thing, you know, because especially like when you're working out and you're depending on something like pre-workout all the time to get your workouts done. How do you think that can affect somebody?
That's a good question, because a lot of times pre-workout's meant to be like a tool. You know, OG bodybuilders would do things like 1 week on, 1 week off. But if you're using pre-workout just to get you in the gym, then you got to lock in, because that's false motivation. You know, using pre-workout as a tool is good, but it shouldn't be like the sole reason why you're going, or like the only thing that's helping you get in. You got to be able to go on just raw discipline.
Yeah, no. That actually in itself is pretty hard, because I realized when I was like 320 pounds, I didn't take pre-workout. When I first started, I wasn't on pre. That's something that I can actually say that I was. My motivation was to drop the weight and not be fat. Like, that's the hardest thing, is like dropping the weight and not being fat, and getting that mindset in yourself of, I'm not doing this for anyone around me, I'm doing this for me, because my health is unhealthy, you know? And the reason I'm presenting this question is because in the Marines, literally, you don't have pre-workout. You have to fuel your mind with stuff. So in the Marines, what did you fuel your mind with when you didn't have pre-workout versus back then when we would just go to the gym and work out?
Mostly, you're just going like, you're running on E at all times. And it comes down to like, do you want to finish? Do you want to graduate? Do you want to make it through? And you're not going to have those extra vices, whether it's from your friends or family, because you're not able to hit up anybody at home. You can't really hear anything from like what's going on. So you're literally running off of like pure willpower. And so like the gym is a great way to like compare that, because you find out what you're made of like on the days when you're at your lowest. And if you're still going to the gym and you're like at the lowest part of your day, or like you just may not be like feeling your best, and you're still in there, then you're on the right track. That's a great sign of discipline, and those are the days like you should really pat yourself on the back because you're making the effort to actually get out and improve yourself when time is very limited. You never know what the next day is going to promise you. So if you're getting in even on those worst days, then you're on the right track. And if you're not, it's okay because pages like his and what you probably see online, you could be at home scrolling, but if you're not out there actually making the change for yourself, then you're just watching your day fly by and your life pass by you right in real time. So if health and fitness is like something you're trying to get into, you're already into it, just keep at it, especially on those days where like you may not be feeling your best, maybe laundry, and like you don't have the best gym outfit or whatever. If you still go and put in that work, then you're just going to be working harder than the one that's not. And that could be your old you. So just challenge yourself, challenge that old version of you that you're trying to overcome.
See, that's crazy, bro, because you literally just spoke into my life because I'm that guy that needs to go home and do laundry and doesn't got the fit. Like, legit, I was actually thinking about that because I came here straight from after work. I went to my grandma's house and then I came here because I'm visiting family and also working out here. But nah, what he said is so critical though, because like you really think about it, like nobody's gonna do it for you. Like you have to be the one to do it for yourself. Especially when losing weight, it's a critical thing to get that mindset, because if you don't have that mindset, you're gonna be thinking about like, oh well, I don't have a gym partner, I don't have anybody to push me. You shouldn't have anybody to push you. You should want to push yourself, and that should be the biggest thing: is getting yourself out of your house into the gym to get your work done. And that's exactly why we're here. Again, like we're not on pre-workout. We're just here to have a good time, get these workouts in, and fix our bodies, because our body's a temple, right? But yeah, that's pretty hard. So what are we taking it up to, bro?
Just go straight to 3.
3? Straight to 3? Let me get to 25 first. Let me do a couple of those. Because for me, 3 in depth is kind of crazy. All right, so how much weight is this right here?
275.
All right, yeah, we at 275. Frick. Yeah. All right. So 275 with 3 is pretty solid. Get to 315 after this. I did 3 only. Just warming up the cheeks. So like also, keep in mind as he's doing this, he's been out of the gym for 3 months on a low protein diet, all carbs. That's one of the craziest things, is that he can still put up numbers. Damn. All right. Well, let's take this sucker out. Take the training wheels off. All right. So for me, 315 is like one of my personal maxes as of right now. I can do heavier weight, but it doesn't count as heavier weight unless I'm going low. So I'm trying to do as many of 315 as I can as of right now. And just pushing myself to my limits. All right, let's do this. And another thing too, when working out, don't forget to drink water. That's like such a crucial thing. All right. right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap it up with squats. We'll meet you at the next workout. The next workout we're gonna be doing is hack squats. All right, let's get it started. So something I forgot to mention is Kenneth and I are gonna be doing a series. So we're gonna be doing 3 workout sessions, and then afterwards he's gonna take me through a little bit of a taste of marine training. One of the days we did this off camera, I came here, we did like a chest day, and after he made me run a mile uphill at speed 7. I will say that in itself was death. It felt like my lungs were gonna explode, but the thing is I didn't want to give up, so I just kept running. Like I wasn't gonna give up, and then I accidentally pressed the stop sign. We can all say accident, right? But I just kept going after that. But realistically, right after that, my lungs were hurting. And I didn't realize that you do have to expand your lungs to be able to run for that long, because I'm trying to lose weight slowly. So I don't do fast-paced cardio, and I try to keep my cortisol levels low. So all I do is 10K steps a day. But I am thinking of starting to incorporate running into my thing or my workout sessions, because it does actually help you shred more weight. It's something I did notice. And then cardiovascular health is super important, because you don't want to get tired going up a flight of stairs or anything like that. That's something that I struggled with back in the day. Like when I was 320 pounds, when I would walk upstairs, I would feel like trash after. I would feel out of breath. Even just walking around in the store, I was breathing super hard. And that's something I definitely don't want to repeat. So I would say cardiovascular health has to be one of the most important things, and then weightlifting comes after. But you can be strong and have good cardio at the same time, and that's living proof right there, because he was in the Marines for 3 months. He was on a a high carb diet, and he was eating low protein. So 10%. 10 to 20% of his protein intake, right, versus carbs. So I feel like if you were to have eaten more protein, you would have recovered more, and you would have been able to keep the muscle mass on, right? Like, wouldn't you have said so?
Yeah, 100%. So like, let's say you're eating 180, 200 grams of protein, have that cut to like 30 to 40 grams while doing all your lifts plus 20 miles of hiking on top of that. So you can definitely do it. Your body's gonna adjust to adapt, and yeah, it'll work out. So it was definitely, like how Arnold says, to shock the muscle. It was beyond shock, I'll say that.
No, for sure. And like also that's something that like I want to make sure to like practice myself, is making sure my cardiovascular health is good. So he's gonna be taking me on I would say like a 7-mile hike, right, with like a big bag on my back, and I'm gonna have to go uphill.
Yeah, so we're gonna hit like a 5 to 10 mile hike with about like 60 pounds on our back. Mind you, we were using a frame on our main packs, but we're gonna make do without it. We're gonna use our sea bags, and we're gonna hit it, and it's gonna be some good trash. So it goes a long way in your lifts too. So if you're, the above average lifter, you power lift, you do all of that, and you're slacking on your cardio, I promise you that's the reason why like you're gassing out. So for me, and in the core, we do a lot of incline runs. So if you're running at incline, you're gonna be dying. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel like you're gonna yak. You're just gonna feel like different. And also to go into that testimony is like, if you see all the old guys in the hills hiking with heavy weight or just like with nothing on them, there's a reason why them old folks are doing that. It's because it's a huge key into like your muscle endurance, which plays an part for like all your lifts and everything. So doing a mile is not gonna cut it. Doing like a couple miles is not gonna cut it. You need to go like a step above that. Switch that treadmill into incline, and I promise you, like, give it like a couple weeks, you're gonna notice your lifts are gonna feel way more fluid, and your body's gonna thank you. Do cardio, you're gonna live longer and lift longer.
Okay. No, that's pretty solid, because I mean, he's pretty much still able to keep up with me in like weightlifting and everything. His strength didn't go down that much, but I will say, like, back then with deadlift, 465 is a lot, and I've never got up there before. For me, that's like a goal for sure. The most I've ever capped at was like 415, 425. And bench, same thing, 285 up there, but I never got past that. So I'm trying to still shred the weight, but also still put on some muscle. But it looks like now my goals have kind of changed a little bit, and I want to be able to keep up with him when it comes to cardiovascular health and even shred the weight off. But I still got to do that slowly. Can't do it fast because, like I said, if you lose weight too fast, especially when you're super big beforehand, you'll get loose skin, and that's something nobody wants, you know. But at the same time, when burning all of those calories, you need to also maintain the calories to match your protein to repair the muscle. Otherwise, you're going to burn through your calories. And I think that's why also they carb up a lot, is because they're burning through the carbs and using that as fuel for energy. So instead of using the protein, they use the carbs. So we're going to see how that works out. But again, so today we're doing legs. The next time we're going to be waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, because that's the time he said they woke up, was at 4. And then we're going to be starting our workouts then. And then afterwards doing some little bit of extreme cardio on what they used to do. He's going to, what was it called? IT? What does IT stand for again?
Intense training, but we call it insane training.
All right, so we're going to be doing a little bit of insane training. So you guys are going to see my fat butt suffer. Like, that's not even a joke, because I mean, my cardiovascular health isn't the best right now. I would say it's been better, but all I've been doing is walking 10 to 15K steps a day, which is good. It's been helping me lose the weight, right? But now that I'm going to start including that, it's going to be a little bit different. So let's see how that goes within the next 3 days. And if it goes good and I start to see progress in my cardiovascular health and everything else, then I'll definitely keep that. If not, then I'll go back to my 15K or even start doing a little bit of more cardio at the end of it. But I'm not a big cardio person, as you can see. You don't have to do extreme cardio to lose a lot of weight. Like, as you can see, like I told you, I lost 320 pounds, but you could still incorporate that and get the cardiovascular health that you need and what's fit for you, whatever fits your schedule and your lifestyle. So we're gonna do maybe like 3 more sets of this. All right, so another thing too is, so this is our leg day. We're gonna do our push day, and then we're gonna do our back day. The rotation's a little messed up because, again, we did a back a couple days ago and then chest a couple days ago, but we're resetting. But we're gonna start it off with legs because we don't have enough time. Like, I'm here in California for business. When I get back to Texas, I'll start making more videos and just tracking the progress of losing 20 pounds and getting back down to 190. So that's the goal. But as of right now, I'm just trying something new because for me, this is a new experience. Kenneth and I have been friends since elementary school, and it's definitely been a journey, a lot of ups and downs, but I got to see his growth, and seeing him join the Marines has really motivated me to want to try to take my fitness into another level. But it also showed me that the mindset that you need is just to never give up, and that's something that I'm working at right now. It's because I've honestly in this time, like losing the weight, I've also, because I'm not finished yet, but I've also come to the times where I've just overeaten multiple times and not portioned myself or just enjoyed myself a little too much. And those are the things that cost you. So you're always going to have to practice self-control, always practice portioning, always practice those things. And that's something I'm learning right now. But we'll finish up with our hack squats here, and then we're going to get to our next workout, so we'll see you there. All right, so now that we're pretty much almost done with our workout, we're already 4 workouts in. How does it feel to be without pre-workout?
No, it's normal. You know, it's not going to feel as amped as you were with pre-workout, but, you know, sometimes you got to make the better choice of not taking it late and messing up your sleep schedule. Think about it. Everybody's all about testosterone and all that, and your sleep plays a huge role in testosterone, and not having caffeine. And another big thing is that vaping is killing your gains tissue. So if you're vaping, you got to cut that shit quick. For me, I switched over to Zyns. It's not the best, but it's better than vaping because when you're vaping, you're inhaling all those toxic chemicals, all that yada yada. But in reality, you're just destroying your lungs. You're destroying your gains. And I overlooked it because I vaped for a very long time. And now going these 3 months without it, I noticed a huge turn of events in my overall like health, and it's just major. Like honestly, like you're gonna still vape if you choose to, but the sooner you cut it out of your lifestyle, the faster you're gonna notice improvements in all of your aspects of life. You're gonna notice less anxiety, your test is gonna go up a bit, and overall you're gonna be saving your lungs from all those Chinese chemicals that are just going into your body. Also be saving some money, which usually isn't a big, issue for people, but really vaping is killing your thing, so don't be a sister.
That's some pretty interesting and sound advice right there. Don't vape. Honestly, I used to vape too. I used to have a box mod. For like years I would vape. And something I did notice too was even with my lifts, I didn't feel like I was strong. And that's like really sound advice, because if you're vaping and you're doing all of these things, it definitely will affect your lungs, your lung capacity, especially when doing cardio or even just lifting in general. Your heart rate will be thrown off. There's just so many messed up things with vaping. And it's just best to stay natural. Like even with like pre-workout right now, like I would consider myself a pre-workout connoisseur. Like I've tested so many different types of pre-workouts, which eventually I'll make a series about that and just talk about different pre-workouts I have tried. But I'm trying to keep it very minimal, so I'm cycling it on and off once in a while. It's just like the same thing with creatine. Like I've taken creatine before, but again, they're just substances. They're not something to rely on. They're just a thing that is kind of like a crutch. But if you just decide not to do those things and you decide to keep strong and just use the mindset that you have been given, our body definitely runs on adrenaline. Like you can get adrenaline just from lifting weights. You don't need to depend on pre-workout to get you there. Think about something that hurts, get in your feelings. Go back to an old breakup or go to something that's current. Maybe somebody's messing with you, if you're a male or a female, depending on what you're dating, or even gay. Like get in your mind, get in your feelings, and use that in the gym. Like that should be your biggest motivation. And you could even use music. Music is a good thing to display in the gym, because it really gives you that dopamine high, especially when you listen to something that makes you go back to an emotion from the past or even emotion now. Music really does take you back to a place. So try to see what music triggers you. Maybe that will trigger your testosterone and even your adrenaline. So see how that takes you far in lifting, because for sure that's helped me many times, even when I was getting through many things in my life, especially with women who've broken my heart. Like I've had to go back to places and listen to music that I would listen to when I would be talking to them, and it would honestly put me in some type of place where I would put up PRs benching like 285 or squatting 405 or deadlifting 415 to 425, so try something new. All right, I'm gonna continue now. I'm gonna take off my shoes though, because I don't want to crinkle these. It's kind of weird, but I really don't want to crinkle those, and I want to do this right, so. All right, guys, we're gonna finish up with our calves right here. We're gonna get it to our next workout, so we'll see you guys there. All right, right here, we're doing leg extensions. This is our last workout for today, and then we're gonna actually go running for a bit. So that's gonna be something else. I'm gonna try running that mile again. We're gonna try to expand my lungs again and just kind of watch me suffer, Like that's honestly something, like I said, I don't do. Like you can see, I am still a heavier set man. It's not something that I typically do, but something that Kenneth did in the Marines a lot was run a lot of miles. Like these guys were running marathons and like walking marathons essentially with like 70 to 100 pound backpacks on their back. So I'm gonna have them talk to you a little bit about that while I lift. Talk to them about the backpacks, bro.
Yeah, so for any of y'all vets that are out there, you're gonna know about our main packs. Yeah, so the main pack, it has its frame, and it pretty much wraps around your back. Like, if you think about it, your natural curve of your back isn't supposed to load like a ton of weight when you walk. So pretty much the point of the frame of it is to kind of give you some support, but I'm gonna just tell you, like, we had these backpacks like digging into our hips, freaking going on a steep incline. Like I said earlier, like 15 up to 25 miles a day. And it was no easy feat. And mind you, being on the calorie deficit, protein deficit, we essentially were just dying. However, though, the payoff was that my cardio and endurance has gone up exponentially. And even though my lifts right now are down, I'm even speaking to my future self. I know that my lifts are going to be far much better, far much more, at least in terms of like duration. I would come into the gym for hours, like 3 hours, taking long ass freaking breaks between each heavy lift. I know that now my recovery's a lot better. And even with those packs, like, when I first got there, I gassed quick, but now, like, I feel like my body adapted in a whole nother way. So if y'all are familiar with rucksacking, that is overlooked by a lot, especially in terms of like gym fitness. So yeah, take a look into it, get yourself some weight, and go for a long walk. I'm telling you, like, it's slept on, and there's a reason why the Marine Corps does it, and it's exactly for those reasons.
That sounds like a lot of pain, man. So that's actually like what we were talking about. Like, that's one thing that we are going to do again, is like definitely doing that. We're going to put on those backpacks. He brought 2 of them home, so I'm going to get to experience that a little bit. And we live in a very like hilly area where we live, so we're going to be going up those hills and down and just seeing how I can handle. And I'm going to pretty much vlog all of that. So if you guys really want to see that, just stay tuned, and we'll literally put it on YouTube so you can watch me suffer. I'm actually pretty excited for it, but I'm not excited at the same time, because I feel like it's going to take a lot of mind over matter for me. But like I said, I'm not conditioned at all. I'm just trying these things out and pushing myself to my limits, because I know for a fact if I was able to do it for weight loss, I can definitely do it again. And that's for everyone like that's trying to lose the weight and get that same mindset. So all right, we're gonna finish out with this workout, and then we'll see you guys in a bit, and you're just gonna see me suffer running that mile. All right, guys, now we're over here. We're gonna run the mile. This is the part that I struggled on, and again, like, you're gonna see me suffering over here. So I'm gonna have Kenneth explain to you what we're gonna do right now, and we're gonna get started right now. All right, bro.
So yeah, as you guys seen, we just hit our leg workout. No pre late in the day. But we're gonna wrap it up with a small incline run. We're just gonna hit a mile. We're gonna do a elevation set on 3 and then speed at 7, just to wrap it up and to get that metabolism up, get that cardio endurance, and we're gonna come back stronger. But yeah, definitely don't sleep on your cardio, and if you really want those gains, throw incline on it, because more elevation, your body's gonna work even harder to get through it. And for me, that's like my biggest goal, like in terms of like cardio wise, is being able to run up hills, because when I go back in training, we're gonna be back in the freaking hills. So we're gonna be back in those mountains, and it's not gonna be easy. And it's gonna pay off for my lifts later, but yeah, we're about to hit it right now.
All right, guys, I'm gonna attach this, and I'm taking my glasses off for this. So again, we're on 3 and we're going on 7. We're gonna run a mile right now. So this shouldn't be that bad. Alright guys, I just finished the mile with Kenneth. That's probably one of the most exhausting things I've ever done. As you can see, I'm definitely out of shape when it comes to cardio, so I'm gonna have to work on that. We'll meet you guys outside. We just finished our workout. We're gonna do like 10 minutes in the sauna, and then we're gonna head out, so see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so we finished our leg workout. That was a pretty tough workout, and that mile literally kicked my butt. I didn't want to do it, to be honest, but I am trying to get my cardio up and I don't want to make excuses for myself, so that was pretty tough. But it was definitely better than last time. Like, my lungs don't hurt as bad as last time, because last time I was breathing super hard and my lungs needed to expand, so it hurt a lot. But it wasn't as bad this time. Tomorrow we're going to be doing our chest workout. So after our chest workout, we're going to do that mile again, and then we're probably going to end up doing some of that IT stuff. And I'm going to see what it means to hold the phone and a couple of other things, what it means to drop. So like I said, I'm taking a taste of marine training. I'm not getting the whole thing. So I'll hand it to Kenneth to end the video and just let us know what we're going to be doing tomorrow a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much everything he just said. We're going to be doing some holding the phone. And then also we're going to do some incoming drills. So pretty much it's like when you cover under fire, and you guys are going to find out what that is tomorrow. Even for me, it's brutal. It's going to suck, but it's very, very functional, and trains your body to react very quickly while getting insane cardio in. So, yeah, Adam's going to learn pretty much what I learned from my company, which is India Company. We do things insane, so we're gonna hit a insane training tomorrow.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. See you guys in the next video.